Okay, it's June 29th, Saturday, a very warm Saturday morning, about 11 o'clock or so. I wanted to finish a video of my in-ground figs. I already did a video tour a few weeks ago of some of the in-ground figs in the kind of the western part of the orchard, and now I'm going to do a few that are kind of in the central part, and then the ones that are in the eastern part. So this is unknown prosciutto. It's a variety, an heirloom variety from New Jersey, found by Aaron Del Monte. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. From New Jersey Fig Farm, I think. This is what his website is called. Anyway, I have a lot of hope for this variety, that it will do well in the ground here. I got a fig off of it last year that was really good. So it's green with red pulp, but it doesn't seem like an Adriatic to me. This is Sucrette from Bod. I haven't had any fruit off of it yet. It's been in the ground for 2 winters, so it does have a few small figs on it. It doesn't seem like a variety that starts fruiting really quickly after cold damage, which unfortunately it's had both winters. This is unknown Teramo from Big Bill in Pennsylvania, who found this on the Eastern Shore. This also seems like an excellent variety in ground. I haven't tasted it yet, but I will this year. This is Azores Dark, also planted in the ground this year. It has a few small figs on it, and it is supposed to be a little bit like Malta Black. So this is Violette de Bordeaux from Edible Landscaping. It has a few small figs on it. It's been in the ground a couple winters. It hasn't really gotten going very well, but this year it seems to be going better. So hopefully it will give some tasty fruit later. Okay, so this is Love, L-U-V, from Italy, I believe from Paolo Bologna originally. This one did extremely well as far as winter damage, cold damage. It was protected, but it really didn't hardly lose any wood, which was very unusual for my variety. So it has a few small figs. It took a while to start putting on fruit, but I have hopes that this might be a good one for in-ground here. This is Paradiso Giovanni, an heirloom from an Italian man from Philadelphia. I haven't had any fruit off of it yet. I'm not sure if I will this year either. It doesn't seem really eager to put fruit on. This is Bari, B-A-R-I, somewhat in the Mount Etna family, I suppose. But an excellent variety for growing in ground, very tasty. I've had a lot of good figs off of that. This is Adriatic JH. It had quite a bit of cold damage, but there is a trunk part of a trunk that survived, and the growth that's coming out of that trunk is actually putting on figs. So some of these definitely should ripen in time before the cool weather sets in. This is Rockaway Green. So far seems to be very similar to Adriatic JH. This is Maltese Beauty, kind of an experiment. It may not do well in ground. It's very eager to put on fruit though, and it does have some figs. It pretty much froze to the ground this past winter with minimal protection. But this is Galicia Negra, and likewise it pretty much froze to the ground, hasn't put on any fruit yet. Okay, this is really impressive. This is a fig called Toro, an Italian fig from I believe from Paolo Bologna originally. I did pinch this trunk, but amazingly it's putting on tons of fruit. even though it also froze pretty much to the ground after just, its very first winter in ground, which is not surprising. They almost always do that. But this one is putting on lots of fruit very quickly. That's a good sign. This is Black Beauty 10. Again, one winter in the ground, pretty much froze to the ground, and it hasn't put on any fruit yet. This is LSU Tiger. It has some bravas. I put it in the ground this spring. It has some bravas and main crop. That one seems to maybe be starting to swell. So maybe before long I'll taste the brava. This is another unknown from New Jersey Fig Farm. It is called Italian Yellow. But if memory serves me, last year it produced a dark fig. I'm not positive of that, but I guess I'll have to go back to my notes to find out for sure. This is Floria. I just put it in the ground this spring as well. It's got several figs on it. This is Michurinska 10. To me, the leaves look quite different on Michurinska 10 compared to Floria. So you can make of that what you will, but to me it doesn't seem like the same variety. Hi.
Hi there.
This is Italian 258. This was an experiment. It really does not do well in the ground here, and I'll probably dig that one up and do something else with it. This is Red Lebanese Bekaa Valley. One winter in ground, it froze to the ground. It is coming back really strong, and it has a lot of figs on it. So this is going to be a good variety for growing in ground, I'm sure. This is Unknown Spadiflora Yellow. It's another one from New Jersey Fig Farm, one of Aaron's unknowns. It's got a couple brava that are starting to ripen. It also was planted this spring in the ground. This is an unknown from Silver Spring, Maryland that a fig friend identified and shared with me. I call it Unknown Silver Spring. What is it? Unknown Silver Spring Honey Fig or something along those lines. Unknown Silver Spring, just simply that. And it has some bravas on it. It was put in the ground this spring. This has been in the ground, I think, 3 winters. It is Nero 600M. And last year, it does have the ability to fruit after it's frozen to the ground. I'm a little disappointed that it hasn't put on fruit sooner. There's a small one. But it's very healthy. This is Battaglia Green, also been in the ground 3 winters. It's also slow to fruit after cold damage. It does have some small figs on it, which you might be able to see. It's a late fig, so it's not ideal for growing in the ground here. I'm not sure if I'll keep it in the ground on the long term. This is an heirloom fig from southern Maryland called Brajuglio. It just has not done anything for me. It just doesn't fruit. So I think this is its last year. This is LSU Scots Black. It's been in the ground 3 years. It's a pretty big bush. It fruits very late. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be a very tasty variety, but any kind of cold damage, and it takes forever to start fruiting, and then it's just so late. It's not worth growing in the ground, I don't think. This is Michurinska Green from Bulgaria, and it's supposed to be an Adriatic-like variety, but earlier and more cold hardy, so I have high hopes for this one. Growing in the ground. Okay, so I think we have 6 more here or so, just a few more. This is Unknown Dark Greek from Navid, from the Figs for Fun forum. And I'm really impressed with this one. I haven't maybe I did. I think I did taste a couple figs off of it last year. I put it in the ground this spring. It's got brevis. It's got main crop. They're really coming along quickly. Very productive. It seems to be somewhat of a Mount Etna type, but maybe a little different. But I think it'll be really good for growing in ground. This is another. This is a fig from I got from a friend in Belgium. That is another dark Greek type, and he got it from a friend of his in Belgium, who got it from Greece originally. So I don't think it's a Mount Etna. There is a couple small figs on it, but it'll be interesting to see how this one does. This is, I guess, a Mount Etna type called Norella, and it also has a number of main crop figs. I don't know if it has any Breva, but it definitely has main crop. So that's it. So that's a quick tour of the orchard, June 2019. Okay, so here are the 3 final fig trees in the eastern part of the fig orchard. This is Vista. It's been in the ground 3 years, and it does have a few small figs on it. It pretty much froze to the ground this year. I have a few other Violette de Bordeaux variants that I, for whatever reason, seem to do just a little better in the ground. Although I do like this tree a lot. I like the flavor of the figs, so not sure if I'll keep it on the long term. This is one I planted this spring. This is Michurinska 10. It's a Bulgarian fig. Well, yes, it's a Bulgarian fig. It was discovered in New Jersey by Aaron Del Monte, New Jersey Fig Farm, and I guess he said that the owner said it was brought over from Bulgaria. So that's why he called it Michurinska 10. I'm sorry, unknown Michurinska 10, not Michurinska 10. So it doesn't seem to be Michurinska 10. Rather, it seems more like some sort of Mount Etna-ish fig. But I really like this fig. It has, it's very productive, and we'll see how cold hardy it is. But the flavor is quite good as well. This is Basilica Sica Belclair with the long fingers on the leaves. And this makes very nice oblong green figs with red pulp. Unfortunately, it's been difficult. Without good protection, if there's any sort of cold damage, it takes forever to start putting on fruit. And so I usually get little or no fruit off this. It could be worth putting a lot of effort into protecting it though, which I might try this winter. So that's it.